Hey, what's up, guys? It's been a while since I had a stream. I figured I would do one here, show you guys what I've been working on for the last 2 or 3 days. Looks like YouTube has changed some of their interface here with the stream stuff. Yeah, as I expect it does. The details are all mixed up on this video. Let me fix this here. Alright, let's see. I think we're good on the video feed there. I just making sure all the what YouTube's showing me opposed to OBS is not accurate. It's just double checking. YouTube's got the old information, but I think we're good here. I think we're good on the video feed there. I just make it's out there, Michael. Alright, so let's get this thing rolling here. It's been a while since I had a stream, so some things have changed here. I'll just straighten them out. We're trying to get something for you guys in the next couple of weeks here, so you guys can get your hands on it and mess around with it. But I'll show you what I've been working on here. First off, let's go. Let's go over here. And let's make sure we got the latest build here. MK3P, that's important. Because there is a difference. Especially in this build of MAME that I'm using. Alright, so got restored to factory settings. That looks good. So basically, I'll get right to it. Go in here, we've got some new options here. Record keeping is the one I'm going to show you today. This is going to allow you to put in your initials and a PIN number, and it will track whatever stats I choose to track, win losses, stuff like that. Whatever else we decide to track. It's kind of limited just for the fact that this game wasn't made to have a whole bunch of data to be held within the CMOS chip. So it's limited in the amount that it can hold. It's not like NHL Open Ice or NBA Hang Time, which have a CMOS chip that is 4 times larger. But it will be effective regardless. So a lot of stuff is obviously incomplete. So you might see some stuff that doesn't work or seems not right. You know, just keep that in mind because, like the first screen here is going to be kind of bland, just for the fact that it's pretty much just functional. But you put in your initials, you put in your PIN number, and if you have a record, it will spit out whatever stats I choose to put up there. So I mean, we can track almost anything in the game. We can maybe have unlocks, stuff like that. A lot of stuff is you're gonna see something here that's not finished as well. If this is
Fight.
you're seeing just a Lua script that's just running in the background over top of MAME.
Round 2. Fight.
So basically, what we've got now is stats that are tracked currently. Since this is brand new, everything is still kind of up in the air about what we're gonna track. But right now, what I have working is win-loss records versus players, and then there's a separate win-loss versus computer opponents. We felt that we should probably have two different records.
Round 1. Fight.
That's entry. So here, we'll just speed this up. We'll let the computer beat me, and we'll go back to the login screen. Some things that still need to be implemented is a more seamless way of continuing. I'll stop it right here. What I'd like to do is possibly when you continue, maybe put some details in this area when you press start. Ask if you would like to continue to use the same name, or if you want to log out or something like that, but we'll see. So we come back to the login screen. Let's see here. We'll remember what I put in here. You'll see, I'll pause it right there, but you see the win-loss, 1 versus player, and 0 and 1 versus computer. I don't know if let's play out real fast. I'll be right back. I gotta handle something. Seems like my dog's going crazy.
Choose your destiny. That was pathetic.
Alright, I'm back. So that's pretty much it. It's promising. I'm pretty excited about it. It's kind of neat. I always like the way the NBA Jam series has kind of stored records for you. Keep track of your win-loss and teams beaten, stuff like that. But like I said, it's still kind of up in the air on what we're going to put in there. I'd like to really take advantage of it because there's not a whole lot of space for record sizes. But we'll make sure there's some good stuff in there. So just to give a rundown of just a quick list of what we're thinking right now. Obviously these ones have been implemented here, but we can do, you know, all the fatalities, friendships, whatever, whatever you think of. And the maximum size we can use is about 50 bytes. So there's 100 allocated for the record, but with the way the CMOS handles data is we gotta have like a pad, like a byte pad between each byte, or else the machine doesn't like it. Machine will reset and reset all the CMOS options and stuff like that if it doesn't see it right. Factory problem there. But let's see here. And of course the new fighter select screen, which is obviously coming as well. It's not done yet. I kind of haven't finished it. I kind of got sidetracked with this other project idea. So there's some work that needs to be done on that as well. We'll see what it looks like now, but there's some sprucing up to do on the front end of this, but I mean, now it's functional. I mean, there still might be some crashes or something in here too as well. It hasn't thoroughly been tested, but seems pretty functional. As you see, obviously he doesn't have a sound. Those options are also an idea / work in progress. I haven't decided how we want to do those.
That was pathetic. Round 1, fight. Finish him. Fatality.
So this is, like I said, the process. I'd like to transition a little smoother because right now when you press start with the original Ultimate MK3, it takes you back to the game mode screen. So that's what's going to happen now when we press start, and it's kind of mundane a little bit because you got to go back in there and put in your initials and stuff. But I mean, technically you don't have to because the way I do it is it's set up to. Let me verify that. Can't remember if I wiped the record from RAM. I think I do at the start menu here, but let's see here. Yeah, it's wiped. So basically, when you get into it, the way I do this is, oops, not gonna have a record because that's the wrong name. But what happens is when you put this in, you'll have a record that's spit out right here, and this is what's used for the stats that are tracked. Player 1 has an allocated location for that, and player 2 does as well. So whenever a stat occurs, it will be there to use. That's probably next on the list is clear that up. As you'll see, this number is gonna get wiped here when we start off here. So see how I manage that. That's it's work in progress, but it's come along nicely. Yeah, I know there's a different sound at the other character select screen. I just haven't, just haven't addressed it. It's not a major deal right now. Also, no random select on this yet. This screen here probably shouldn't be on when continuing from the player mode, but so it just needs some nice machine testing, and you'll see here is the record for Smoke right now for my lock-in details. So yeah, we'll do something about this so you don't have to go back to the start screen, because I feel like you shouldn't be dragged back to the start screen. And possibly not even enter your initials if you want to continue. I think that's probably the best bet. Oh wow, she was invincible for a little bit. So yeah, there's plenty of work to do on that new record thing, but pretty excited about it. It's about almost 1,900 lines long right now, but there's probably another, I don't know, few hundred to put into it probably.
Never win.
Not counting all the statistics; those are separate separate routines. This doesn't have the bug fix yet for the attract mode, as the other version did. I'm sure I got that somewhere written down. Let's see. Fix that real fast before I forget.
Fight. Sonya.
Alright, so along what comes with the records deal is obviously a new utility I put in here. It's going to allow you to clear the game records if you ever want to clear the records. As it stands right now, there's support for up to 36 individual unique records. I felt like that was a fair balance between record size and amount. But if you were to have any more records than that, what it's going to do is going to cycle through all the existing records and find the record that has been played, has not been played, the most recent. I guess what I'm trying to say is going to find the most stagnant record, the one that hasn't been played in the longest time, and it will overwrite that record. So if we go in here, we can clear the game records, and you'll see it wipe all the data from there. So it's not implemented into full factory restore. Kind of on the fringe about doing that. I can imagine some people would want their records while doing a restore for some reason, but I guess either way would be fine.
You're still trying to win?
So this will be the area that we would address Rain's his spoken name when he's announced. We can do this a couple ways. We can kind of do a workaround here. We can actually go into the selection announcement thread and modify that. But that would cause another routine to be needed. When a workaround here would probably be best, so we don't create another routine.
Sonya.
I'm going to do here, I'm going to get out of this build here, and I've got a separate one that I use just for debugging. The reason for that is this build's better for debugging because it uses symbols. Helps me identify routines and addresses and stuff like that. But this build does not have the capability of using graphics outside of the already defined locations, which is what we're doing for UMK3 Plus. We're using graphics from a non-used location. As you can see there, you won't see the graphics on the new stuff. Any additional graphics won't be seen in this build. Like the portraits, won't be seen in this build. Same deal. So this is the routine I was telling you about, the selection announcement routine. Pretty much going to go here, give us an 8-take delay, and it's going to look for an already existing instance of it. As you can see here, when it created a thread, it gave it an instance of 108. Therefore, when it goes in, it's looking for it, see if it's already existent. If so, that means the other character must be recently selected as well. And it's going to jump down here to E800. Which that looks like it might be some custom code just because of the range FFDF. Well, no, that's the right range for this game. So there's no thread located for that instance, so it's gonna jump down here. And let's see, FFDF. This might, yeah, this is custom code. Alright, it looks like, let's see, this is Drew's code in here, so I'm gonna kind of look over to this referencing here and see. Let's see, it's checking for noob. It's not noob. And then looks like we have, jumps back here. Pair 13, 8, 10, 13 would be reptile. Okay. And right here is going to be the offset for the sound ID. What I want to do is, let's run that back here. We'll get an instance directly on rain here. Alright, so here we are. This is going to be raining. We're going to jump over here because it's not going to be any instance. And we'll do a breakpoint there. So basically what's happening is if it's adding, I think it was 20, we're going to get a value of 31A, and that's Night Wolf wins, I'm assuming. Let's see, so check for noob, not noob, equal. Like A10 holds our character data. Let's see, 13. Let's look for reptile, not reptile. And this is the part where it's just going to add 28 because there's no. What's interesting is this new character select screen uses the factory routines for selection announcement. So if Drew modified that to say something else, it should do it in here as well. Looks like we're going to add 8 to 28, and I don't really have a good list of. Don't have a great list of audio IDs for this game yet. But there's different ones we can. Yeah, it's got a handful of them, but. Yeah, 24D6. Let's do 24D6 just for test. 24D6. So this should be an unused laugh by Shao Kahn, the description says. Actually, no, that's not going to run right through there because that ID is meant to run through audio routine 3, and this is 2, which the difference between the 3 routines is 3 is what I call the raw one, which is the main one, and 1 and 2 are layered for priority sakes, which I addressed something like that a long time ago with Scorpion's spear. When he would spear, and the sounds of blood dropping on the floor from the spear would cut off his vocals when he said, "Get over here." There's some other stuff like that needs to be done as well. One case in particular would be the run. The run sounds and grunts are they're way over prioritized. Because you can run and then you'll get the run noise, and then what happens is whatever it just plays over, like say for instance if I run into an enemy and the enemy throws me, if I just started that run and I get thrown almost immediately, it'll kind of still have that sound, and it's not right just because that run sound is over prioritized. So yeah, so that's that. All right. So what we can do here, let's learn a little bit while we're in here. Let's roll through this audio routine 2, and let's see if I don't already have the layers identified. And I bet I do. Here we go. Let's see, auto layer ID 1. This bookmark is extremely large. Let's see, what was this for? Oh, okay. This is custom that I did. Yeah, this is a massive amount of relocates. You have arrays upon arrays in here. There's just so much going on in there. Alright, so what we can do is, let's see, we can go back over here. We'll go back into routine 2, and this is pretty much going to show us the array location. So this is the FFB5 4F60 is the start of the array, and it does a simple compare to see if it's at the end of the array. So if we plug this FFB5 address in here, that'll take us to that layer. And that's just something that I'm later on just going to map out just to have. So let's call it let's call this array audio layer number 2. And then to make it easy on us, we will punch in that comparison value and see where the end is, 6560. Alright, so let's see, 704 bytes. So we'll change that mark to 704, and that is our array for the audio layer 2. Let's see if we were to come back over here and go further down the line, we can do the same thing for audio layer 1, and which is going to be above us. No, there we go, wrong. Let's see. Routine 1. Alright, so there's the first audio routine. To 8750 here, let's see. Oh, I see. So you see how this works here is there's no layer specified or no array specified. So what you'll get here is you'll get a jump down here, and okay. What's going to happen is right here you'll get A1. A1's going to hold the array location. What that's going to be is that's going to be above this, because when this audio routine 1 is called, there's always a return address, and when it comes to this routine, it's taking that return address and it's putting it right in A1. So right after this call, it's going to be the array. So this routine is going to be used in various places. They're going to have probably multiple arrays that run through this routine. So that's how they use that. Hey, what's up, Cesar? Hey, what's up, Mariano? Man, I'm not. I don't know about that pop-up stuff, man. I don't do that stuff. uh, all right, so we can do. Let's see here. What else? Is there anything else?
To win.
Anything else here? If you guys seen the stage rotation option, you can do original MK3. You can do random or linear.
I win.
All right, so let's see. What else is on the horizon here for MK3 Plus? We've got the new character select screen. We've got the record keeping feature. There's probably another thing I should probably finish up is probably the 2 versus 2 tag team as well. Yeah, I've never even tried the initials with 2v2. It's interesting. All right, let's disable that breakpoint. Yeah, they definitely could use a lot of brushing up on the 2v2 they put in this game. I don't like the invincibility for period they give you. Smoking too much. Seems like he's smoking quite a bit lately. Better calm down there before he gets emphysema. not even sure exactly where I left off on this game mode.
Round one. Fight.
Oh, you know what? This, I'm not even sure this has been put over in the merge. I don't think it has. That's probably why I'm like, what's going on here? It has. Let's see. Routine 2v2. Oh, you know what? That's the wrong one. That's the wrong build. Yeah, it's not. Hasn't been transferred over yet. In time, I guess we'll work on that next. I don't want to get my hands involved in too many things at once. So we'll do the we'll get the character select screen and well, the stats I can probably lay back on a little bit because they're functional, and plus I'm waiting for some machine testing before I put too much more time into it. It should be good though, and then we'll make that alternate character select screen look a little better and more functional with 2 players in each team to show up for 2v2, and then maybe some options, and that should be good. And then we can focus on the 2v2, get that transferred over. I don't think we're gonna have a turbo mode just because this game's fast already to begin with. I mean, I think just adding some more juggles to it, I guess, wouldn't really consider it a turbo mode at that point, but. I don't know. We might be able to do something about it, but we'll see. Yeah, this is the one I'd have to use. Obviously, you guys know, or may not know if you didn't catch, I think, my last stream, which was, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago, maybe. There was restored the bank, so the bank's back and it operates as it should with proper stage transitions. Oh man, wrong button. Sorry about that.
You will never
Yeah, it's a older build.
Fight.
This is right after the bank was done. Took a while to get that transition right with the sky and all that. I remember that. That was a fun time. First time I got to play with rain here. It's pretty nice. Looks like Drew's done a pretty good job with them. Pretty sure he fixed. I don't think there's a juggle. Yeah, I'm sure it's fixed. Yeah, that's interesting. All right, let's see. I think that's gonna wrap it up here. That's gonna just about do it. Hope you guys like the record tracking feature. Should be pretty good. Like I said, it tracks. Right now we got it set for 32 or so individual players for the maximum record limit, and anything after that, it will overwrite the most stagnant record. I'd like to get a balance between quantity and quality, just because I know there's arcades that run MK2 plus, and they will probably run MK3 plus, UMK3 plus. So the more records, the merrier. And I felt like 32 with about 50 bytes a piece was a pretty good balance. Alright guys, I'm going to get off of here, get back to work, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for stopping by.